This is very
By a
dangerous.
landslide.
By a landslide. This is a dangerous one for Jake.
He needs to do it, though.
This is a dangerous fight for Jake. The kid has got balls the size of Manhattan.
Davis! 135 pounds.
Or that I'm sparring and being able to see how good they are and knowing how good Tank is, it's actually going to be my toughest test to date.
Logan Paul has raised serious concerns about his brother Jake stepping into the ring with a newly evolved Gervonta, Tank Davis, calling the matchup dangerous and possibly Jake's toughest test yet. Logan highlights how Davis has physically filled out and sharpened his skill set, becoming far more formidable than many expect. He compares Tank's current form to his own experience facing Floyd Mayweather Jr., noting that Davis now shows a similar mix of speed, precision, and ring IQ reminiscent of Mayweather in his prime. What once looked like a favorable matchup for Jake, Logan warns, could shift instantly once punches start flying, leaving him genuinely worried for Jake's safety and future.
Gervonta Davis has been confirmed. Guys, this fight is actually happening. Jake is a plus 155 underdog going into the fight and taking the biggest risk he's ever taken. It's going to be on Netflix. Now, this fight I will watch.
This one's crazy.
Please give me the weight. Please give me the fucking weight.
It's an exhibition. There is no weight.
There'll be no guideline.
There'll be agreed weight.
A range?
Yeah, there'll be agreed weight in the contract. It has to be.
For Jake to come down.
Correct.
What will it be?
It'll probably be 195, maybe 200.
Still.
Bro,
Still.
how is that possible?
I mean, bro, I did it with Floyd. You guys don't understand. Exhibitions are a real thing now. As long as people are watching, that's the metric.
Yes.
You know how tall?
Figure
You know how tall Gervonta is?
I think he's like 5'5".
Not even.
He's probably 5'4".
Bro, okay, but look, you want to know what's going to happen in that fight? Because I'll tell you too.
Tell us.
Because I did the same thing. I fought a really crafty, much smaller fighter. His name was Floyd Mayweather.
He's a young Floyd. Protege of Floyd.
In the prime, in his prime.
Yes.
Well, close, right?
No, Gervonta's, I think he's still in his prime.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would, bro.
This is a different fight than you and Floyd.
This is very
By a
dangerous.
landslide.
By a landslide. This is a dangerous one for Jake.
He needs to do it, though.
This is a dangerous fight for Jake.
Some analysts are raising concerns over the weight dynamics for Gervonta Davis versus JakePaul. Although Davis usually competes at 135 lbs and walks in much lighter, several commentators believe he could weigh in near 160 pounds for this matchup. That projected 25 pounds jump would narrow the size gap and potentially boost his power to weight advantage, making the fight significantly more dangerous for Paul.
Concerned about with Gervonta Davis is we know big exhibition coming up November 14th. We are going to do a live stream watch party for that. I don't know in what way, but we got to make it special. You guys know when I do these watch parties, they are insane. We want to have some guests. We may do a 24-hour. I'm not sure. Leave in the comments what you want to see, but we may be seeing the formulation of a game plan and tactics from this training footage from Gervonta Davis. And I think I may understand the key of what they want to do, how they want to go about it, and why JakePaul might be in more trouble than I originally thought. What do I mean? The breakdown. Let's go.
He is the star of Weight Concept.
All right, so Calvin Ford, coach for Gervonta Davis, has been for pretty much since Gervonta started boxing. Sat down with Marcos over at Fight Hub. Shout out to Marcos for the footage, man. He's always killing the game with interviews and everything else. He sat down with Marcos, and they talked about Tank and potentially what he will do after the Jake fight, why he's doing the Jake fight, and what their biggest concerns are, which your biggest concerns end up being what you turn into your biggest weapons. The things you're most concerned about, you look to exploit because that's usually the other person's greatest strength, and behind it's their greatest weakness. So I'm going to take a look at this interview and show you guys why I think Jake might actually be in a little more trouble than I originally thought with this fight, and why I'm going to be more excited to see what Tank brings if the mindset is where I think it is.
So how are we with everything, man? How's Tank been?
In a good headspace. Great.
Showbiz The Adult clarified that Tank Davis is not the small lightweight many assume. In reality, he's compact, powerful, and built to generate serious force. This dense, muscular frame explains how he produces explosive punches despite being shorter than most opponents. Showbiz noted that Tank's natural strength gives him a physical edge even against fighters who appear bigger on paper. His elite conditioning, balance, and distance control allow him to land knockout shots with alarming accuracy. That's why labeling him small is misleading. though he competes in lower weight classes. Davis carries a frame and punching power of a much bigger...
Yield that type of weight. He's a bowling ball. He ain't a little guy like you guys say. The takey wanky say he's a little guy. But I got more receipts. Do you guys remember what, 2 years ago against Mario Barrios to make 140? He was coming down in weight.
144.1.
Weighing in at 144 plus. Huh? I even got more receipts for you guys. Remember against Ryan Garcia, right? You saw him stacking on snacky cakes and all kind of Skittles and shit, you know, for the all access with him versus Ryan Garcia. I think this was like episode 2 or something. It was hilarious. But he goes in the store and they have to weigh him. And in that store, he weighs 150 pounds.
Good, thank you.
How much I weigh?
154.
154?
Yes, sir.
All right, weigh me one more time.
All right, 150.
150? What are they doing? All right, bet.
And then the most famous audio leak that the War Room made famous, that we sent out and it went viral, when Team Tank said that Gervonta Tank Davis walks around at 160 pounds.
He ain't gonna never want to fight at 135 again. He will, but I'm saying. That's such a big company, man. This is walk around like this. No. Walk around? Like just, you know what I mean? 160? Well, he get up big, but like...
British boxer Dave Allen offered a more measured perspective on the matchup. He admits he never enjoyed JakePaul's planned bouts with Mike Tyson or Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., viewing them as publicity stunts. However, he believes the Gervonta Davis fight could be different. Allen says that as long as no one is seriously harmed, it's acceptable because the exhibition is ultimately meant to entertain. He concedes Jake isn't a world-class boxer, but notes that his fight sparked discussions that help the sport. Fans are curious to see how far Jake can push himself and how Tank responds to facing a much bigger opponent.
The thing with JakePaul, I think he's a good area title level fighter, and that's a good level, like, and you can be proud of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's good, but the Mike Tyson fight I didn't like. The Chavez fight was just farcical because he's 11 years past his best, up 6 weight divisions. But less of a problem because Chavez wasn't in his 50s. Fighting the MMA guys, again, he's fighting people that don't do the same, that they're not even in the same sport. But while they're a bit older, they're still not in the 50s. So all that stuff, I won't really watch any of it. I think I've watched one fight against Tommy Fury, the only professional boxer in and around his prime years, and he got beat. But I think his area title level, I think he works really hard. I think he trains hard, and I don't think he's a bad fighter at all. I don't think he's a good fighter, but he's not a bad fighter. For his experience, he's not bad at all. But Gervonta Davis is a lightweight. So, by all means, if they make a few quid and nobody gets hurt, then great. But I certainly wouldn't be paying a penny to watch it. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous, farcical. Who wants to watch an exhibition? Gervonta Davis is in his prime years. Why is he wasting his time? Why is he having a rematch with the fella he got a draw with? Why is he not fighting? Why is he not going up a weight and fighting Lopez and Garcia's and...
Claressa Shields has voiced strong concerns about Gervonta Davis's direction as his high-profile matchup with JakePaul approaches. She questions why he would hint at retirement now, arguing that if he sees himself among the sports elite, he should be targeting top contenders like Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Shields and other analysts worry that by steering away from these marquee challenges, Davis may appear to be avoiding true competition in favor of lucrative crossover bouts. Still, some observers note that Davis has been navigating serious mental and emotional pressures in recent years, factors that may be shaping his choices more than the public understands.
Gervonta got skills out this world. He's a scary dude. He's scary. Ain't no way he said he's supposed to come back and get Shakur, Devin, Ryan, Tiafimo, whoop all these ass. Now he like, I'm about to retire after I fight Jake. No, I don't let nobody talk about me like that. The way that Shakur disrespect him, the way that Devin talked to him, the way that Ryan, he already knocked out Ryan. The way that these dudes be talking, he supposed to come back and get them. He the man, right? He where everybody say is the best. I ain't leaving no food on the table. When I'm done boxing, I'm whooping all these girls. They all getting beat. You said you can beat me? Oh, okay, I'm gonna figure out what.
Robert Garcia offers a seasoned perspective on Gervonta Davis's matchup with Jake Paul, noting that while there's nothing inherently wrong with accepting the fight, its timing feels questionable. Garcia explains that legends usually pursue major, career-defining challenges after fully establishing their legacy. In Davis's case, he believes the most meaningful tests, showdowns with top champions like Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney, remain unresolved. From Garcia's view, the Paul bout looks more like a flashy detour than a step toward legacy building. By choosing spectacle over substance, Davis risks weakening his credibility among purists. Garcia warns it could be seen as skipping an important chapter rather than adding one to his story.
But I don't know. What's your just take on the whole thing?
I'm not very interested. That doesn't excite me. I know it's going to do really good numbers. I know they're making a lot of money, which is good for them, good for Tank, because in boxing, that's what everybody looks for. I think it's, the good thing is they announced it as an exhibition, which is, I'm okay with it. Everybody does it. Mayweather has done it. Ali did it. The only thing, my personal opinion is Tank, they all did it when they had already accomplished so much. They already did so much. Mayweather did everything in boxing and accomplished everything. Muhammad Ali did the same, and many others that have done it. I think Tank never gave us the fights that we really wanted. Never really gave us those challenges. He never really challenged himself. He didn't give Rhodes that rematch, which he should have. Mayweather did it when he had a hard time with Maidana and Castillo. Right away, he did the rematches to prove everybody wrong, and look at what he did. He beat him clearly. So Tank should have done the same. He didn't. That I could criticize, but then at the end also, if you're making 30 to 50 million, I don't even know what he's making to fight, to have an exhibition against just Jake Paul, I would have asked. I would do the same.
No one would say no to that. Right?
If I had one of my fighters get an offer to fight a big celebrity, a big YouTuber for $20-30 million, I would probably do the same. So I don't blame him. It's boxing. At the end of his career, 20 years from now, nobody's gonna care how many.
Meanwhile, Charleston White dismisses Jake Paul's career as entertainment package as boxing. He argues that none of Jake's bouts have felt like true professional contests, insisting they are carefully arranged exhibitions meant to draw views and money. In his view, Jake has yet to face a real elite boxer who could genuinely test his skill, durability, and ring IQ. White echoes the frustration of boxing purists who believe Jake is gaming the system, using the sport more as a marketing vehicle than a discipline. He insists that if Jake ever steps in against someone like Gervonta Davis, the difference will be unmistakable. Davis's training, reflexes, and championship-level experience would expose Jake's shortcomings. For White, popularity can't replace merit. Exhibitions don't build legends. Real fights do.